Hey, BQuest! Over 70% of all people in the United States need some form of eye vision correction, land of the free and of the blurry. But why do people that need glasses exist? From an evolutionary standpoint, these people should have been weeded off a long time ago, right? Well, to answer this, we need to talk about kiwis. No, not that kiwi. This kiwi. Cute, right? Wrong. It's a demon. Kiwis are nocturnal, flightless birds, so they should have night vision superpowers. But nope. A third of all wild kiwis examined have severe eye damage or are completely blind. And yet, they survive. Evolution isn't about being the strongest or the most adaptable. It's about completing the mission. If you can eat, not get eaten, and reproduce, nature doesn't care if you can read an eye chart. Humans? Same deal. Early humans relied on sound, smell, intelligence, and teamwork. Seeing in 2020 was never a required condition. As shocking as it may be, vision isn't as universal as you might think. In fact, across all animal species, 1/3 are completely blind, 1/3 have photoreceptors but no actual sight, leaving only 1/3 with vision. Mammals, they all have eyes, with primates, especially humans, standing out. Our vision is among the most advanced, with the highest acuity and contrast sensitivity. Or so we think. You're hallucinating right now. Seriously. You are. Here, stare at the center of this lilac chaser. Do you see a green circle going around? If so, good. There is no green circle. Your brain made it up. Just look around. Or how about this? Look at these cars parked on the side of the road. All a different size, right? Wrong again. They're all the same size. Yeah, sit there in disbelief. I couldn't believe it either, so here's me testing it in Photoshop. According to the Oxford Dictionary, a hallucination is just an experience involving the apparent perception of something not present. Your vision is mostly a hallucination, a lie. Your eyes really only see 2 degrees of detail, just about the area of your thumbs, held out at arm's length. When light enters the eye, the cornea refracts it, helping to focus the light. Then, the iris, the colored part of your eye, adjusts the pupil size to control how much light gets in, just like a camera aperture. But in this case, the color of your camera matters. Blue eyes are more sensitive to light than brown eyes because they have less melanin to filter incoming light. People with no melanin at all, their eyes can appear to be deep blue, gray, or even red because you're seeing the blood vessels behind the iris. This is ocular albinism. Once past the iris, light passes through the lens, which fine-tunes focus, bending the light precisely onto the retina at the back of the eye. And at the very center of the retina is the fovea, Latin for pit. Only this tiny area captures fine detail. Everything outside of that is just a best guess by your brain. And where the optic nerve meets the retina, you have literal blind spots in each eye. There's no information captured here at all, but you never notice. Your brain fills it in. To find your blind spot, close your right eye. Stare at the plus sign of this image. Slowly move your head around, keeping your eye on the plus sign. When the elephant enters your blind spot, it will completely disappear. Notice how your brain filled in the elephant with white? Boom! Your brain just edited reality. Pretty trippy, huh? Your brain does this all the time with your nose or glasses, erasing them daily. But your fovea only works correctly if your eye focuses light onto it correctly. If light is focused in front of the fovea, you'll be nearsighted, myopia. If it focuses behind, you're farsighted, hyperopia. Myopia is typically caused by your eyeball being too long or your lens being too curved, while hyperopia is caused by your eyeball being too short or your lens being too flat. Glasses, they fix this by adjusting how light enters your eye. Nearsighted people get concave lenses to push light back, while far-sighted people get convex lenses to bring light forward. Then, your retina converts light into electrical signals with rods, processing black and white vision, low light, and motion, while cones handle color and sharp details. These signals travel to the visual cortex located at the back of your head, where your brain flips the upside-down image your eye actually captures. Fun fact, color is also fake news outside your 2 degrees of vision, since outside your fovea, you basically don't have any cones to detect color. Here, there are multiple color dots on this image. Choose any of the dots to focus on and you'll notice that the other colored dots in your peripheral vision just disappear. Peripheral vision is really just for motion detection. Anything else your brain just assumes based on prior knowledge and expectations. But it's okay. Color isn't real anyways, not in an objective, inherent property sort of way. A tiger is orange to us, but to a deer they're green, making them nearly invisible in the wild, which is why deer don't see tigers until it's too late. We also can't see magnetic fields like birds or heat like snakes. Some animals experience reality in ways we will never comprehend. Some humans see reality differently too, like Pharrell Williams. He literally sees colors when he hears music because of a condition called synesthesia, a condition where the brain processes sensory information through multiple senses at once. Some people taste words, others see math in color, and I experience a 5-layered sense of happiness when you hit that like and subscribe button. Reality isn't the same for everyone, and the same goes for people with Charles Bonnet syndrome, where people with severe vision loss hallucinate vividly. They're not mentally ill, just lacking visual input, so the brain starts making stuff up completely. People with CBS see wild stuff like snakes growing out of people's thumbs, staircases where none exist, strangers sitting on their beds. Some pretty horrifying stuff happens when the brain doesn't receive enough visual information from the eyes. But what happens when your brain is blind but your eyes still work? When your visual cortex is non-functional, cortical blindness, but your eyes still continue to send visual inputs? Anton syndrome. The blind who don't believe it. People with Anton syndrome are completely blind but don't know it or deny it. Their brain confabulates an entire fake reality. Ask them what they see and they'll describe objects, people, and colors that aren't there. They'll confidently walk straight into walls or trip over furniture but are so convinced they can see, they don't question their mistakes. They'll fail every test, every scan, but will continue to be in denial. And sometimes something more interesting happens. Blind sight, a condition where cortically blind people react to visual stimuli despite not seeing it. You could throw a baseball at them, but don't do it, and they'll try to catch it. They can't tell you what the object was, where it came from, or who threw it, but their body reacts instinctively. Scientists believe this happens because some visual information takes a shortcut through reflex pathways, bypassing conscious thought and traveling straight to the spinal cord for split-second reactions. In other words, you react before your brain even knows what it saw. Charles Bonnet syndrome and Anton syndrome beg the question, are we all just blind people who believe we can see? I mean, who determines what reality is, what it's supposed to look, sound, or feel like? We perceive only a tiny fraction of the electromagnetic spectrum. Here, just a sliver of available sound and confined to our 3-dimensional space. So what else are we missing? There's probably, if not definitely, an entire reality we will never comprehend. Questions we'll never ask, and tools we'll never invent because we don't know we should. To an ant, an airplane is just part of the sky. It can't comprehend it's something distinct, out of the ordinary, something man-made. True reality may be incomprehensible to us in the same way airplanes are to ants. I guess what I'm trying to say is, people with glasses exist because humans are obsessed with making sense of our tiny sliver of reality. Glasses don't just fix vision, they adjust your perception of reality to match what we expect the world to look like, to match what we assume others see. But even with 20/20 vision, we're still trapped within the narrow, ignorant lenses of human perception. And if anything, blurry vision is normal. Maybe it should be expected in a world where the existence of anything at all that can perceive anything at all is fundamentally absurd. Clarity is the anomaly. People that need glasses aren't. Think about it. How bizarre is it that you can see this video right now? That you have the mechanical system that allows photons to hit your retina, sending those signals to your wrinkly meat lump, generating those signals into an illusion we call reality. Your existence is the most absurd thing in existence. So maybe the real question isn't why do people with glasses exist? Maybe it's why does anyone exist at all? Thanks for watching.